What if I told you that long before your boarding group is called, before the gate agent ever touches the microphone, before you even realize anyone is paying attention, airport staff have already quietly decided whether you're going to be easy or a problem? Most travelers think the real scrutiny happens at security, maybe at passport control, maybe when the boarding pass gets scanned and beeps. But here's what almost nobody talks about: the invisible observation period that starts the moment you enter the gate area. And if you're over 50, 60, or simply a seasoned traveler who values comfort and dignity, this matters more than ever. Because the smallest behavior scrutiny, almost forgettable habit scan, quietly flag you in ways you never intended. And no, this isn't some conspiracy theory. It's pattern recognition, human behavior, risk management. And today, on Golden Age Travel Tips, we're diving into the 11 passenger behaviors airport staff are trained to notice before boarding even begins. Some of them will surprise you. A few might make you uncomfortable. But knowing them, that's power. Let's begin. The first behavior they watch is how you approach the gate area itself. Sounds simple, right? But staff immediately notice whether a passenger storms up to the counter the second they arrive, hovering, interrupting conversations, demanding reassurance about seat assignments or overhead bin space. It signals anxiety. And anxiety in high-pressure environments sometimes escalates. Now, anxiety is normal. We all feel it, but pacing aggressively in front of the counter every 5 minutes, that gets logged mentally. The second behavior is gate lice behavior. Yes, that unspoken term. Passengers who crowd the boarding lane long before their group is called, standing, blocking, pretending to check their phones. While guarding pole position, staff watch body language here. Are you respecting space? Are you listening? Or are you inching forward every time someone moves? It may seem harmless, but from their perspective, it hints at rule-bending tendencies. Third, overly loud personal conversations. And this one shocks people. It's not about being talkative, it's about volume and emotional tone. If you're loudly complaining about the airline, mocking delays, or declaring you'll raise hell if your carry-on gets checked, gate agents hear it. Even if you think you're joking. They don't assume it's a joke. They're trained to note potential conflict indicators early. Fourth, intense focus on overhead bin space. Watch closely next time. Some passengers scan the aircraft arriving, calculating luggage volume like they're solving a math problem. They interrogate staff about bin guarantees. They reposition their bags 3 times. It communicates scarcity, anxiety. And scarcity anxiety sometimes turns into confrontation when bins fill up. Fifth, avoiding eye contact completely. Now this one's subtle. There's a difference between being introverted and actively avoiding acknowledgement. Staff look for natural engagement cues. When someone refuses eye contact, turns away abruptly, or appears hyper-alert to every announcement but won't respond when addressed. It can raise quiet questions, not accusations, just awareness. 6. Excessive friendliness. Yes, that too. Overcompensating charm, overly personal questions. Lingering at the counter with stories. Staff are trained to maintain boundaries. When friendliness feels strategic or distracting, it stands out. 7th, body instability. And this is important for older travelers. If someone appears physically unsteady, confused about boarding zones repeatedly, or misplaces documents multiple times, staff observe closely, not to judge but to anticipate whether pre-boarding assistance might be needed. Sometimes pride stops people from asking for help. Staff are trained to look for the signs anyway. 8th, alcohol indicators, slight slurring, overconfidence. Repeated trips to the airport bar before boarding. They don't wait for someone to stumble. The assessment happens early, because once that aircraft door closes, options shrink. 9th group, dynamic tension. Families arguing intensely. Travel companions snapping at each other. Passive-aggressive comments about who packed what. It sounds trivial, but unresolved tension at the gate often explodes mid-flight. Staff know this. They've seen it. 10th, constant rule clarification. There's a difference between asking one thoughtful question and repeatedly challenging policies. But last time they let me. Are you sure? Where does it say that? It signals potential resistance. Staff are trained to respond calmly, but they note persistence. And finally, number 11, the calm observer. This one surprises people most, because sometimes the quietest passenger in the room is being watched not for suspicion, but for leadership cues. Calm passengers influence others. If tension rises, staff subconsciously look to see who remains steady. Energy spreads, so does panic. Now here's where it gets real. None of these behaviors automatically mean trouble. They're indicators, patterns, early signals that help staff prepare for smooth boarding or disruption. And if you're part of the Golden Age Travel Tips community, you understand something powerful. Travel isn't just logistics, it's psychology. When you walk into a gate area, you're stepping into a controlled social environment. High stakes, tight, hundreds of strangers. Limited space. The airlines aren't just moving bodies, they're managing emotions. Think about it. Boarding is controlled chaos, and the smoother it goes, the better your experience. So how do you use this information without feeling paranoid? You recalibrate gently. Arrive at the gate, sit down, breathe, observe the boarding order. Keep your carry-on organized before they call your group. Make eye contact when spoken to. If you need assistance, ask clearly and calmly. Avoid dramatic commentary, even sarcastic jokes about delays. And most importantly, project steadiness. Because steadiness changes how people respond to you. I've seen seasoned travelers glide through chaotic gates, while others spiral. The difference? Emotional control. There's something almost invisible about it. Gate agents relax around calm passengers. They go the extra mile for respectful ones, not because they're playing favorites, but because humans mirror energy. If you radiate tension, tension reflects back. If you radiate composure, doors open. Now, let's address something directly for travelers over 60. The industry quietly categorizes passengers into behavioral expectations. Younger travelers are often watched for impulsivity, business travelers for impatience, older travelers for vulnerability or confusion. That doesn't mean discrimination. It means pattern management. And you can flip that narrative completely by demonstrating confidence and preparedness. Organize your documents in advance. Double-check your boarding zone. Stand only when your group is called. Speak clearly. Small actions, big impact. And here's a secret almost nobody shares on YouTube. The boarding process, unofficially, begins the second the aircraft from the previous flight pulls in. Staff are watching how passengers react to delays unloading. Are people sighing dramatically, pressuring the counter, or are they calmly waiting? That early reaction shapes staff expectations. It's subtle, but real. I once watched a gate agent quietly switch a pre-boarding order because one passenger had been aggressively hovering for 20 minutes. Not announced, not dramatic, just a quiet adjustment to maintain control. That's how micro-behaviors influence outcomes. And listen, this isn't about walking on eggshells. It's about understanding the environment you're in. Airports are pressure cookers wrapped in fluorescent lighting. Everyone's tired. Everyone's protective of space. Everyone wants to board first. But the travelers who consistently have smoother experiences, they understand the invisible layer. They move with intention. They don't compete. They cooperate. So next time you're waiting to board, try this. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, focus on projecting.com. Sit upright, keep your bag zipped, listen once, not 5 times. Smile briefly when appropriate, and watch how the energy around you shifts. Because airport staff aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for predictability. And when you give them that, you become the passenger they don't worry about. And that, my friend, is the real travel hack nobody is talking about. Now, before we close, here's my suggestion to especially if you want to travel smarter in your golden years. Treat every gate area like a quiet interview, not for approval, but for influence. Show that you're composed, prepared, and respectful. That single mindset shift can transform how staff interact with you from the very first announcement to the final boarding beep. And if you found this insight valuable, imagine what else we're uncovering here on Golden Age Travel Tips. Because the more you understand the hidden psychology of travel, the more confidently you move through it.